Journalists have found the teachers of Putin's children. It turns out they earn hundreds of thousands and own elite real estate. A Russian trace was found in the Iranian Shahed strikes. A Russian component was discovered in the drone that attacked Cyprus. Russia has officially abandoned Iran as well as its own citizens in the UAE. Shaman explained himself for licking Lake Baikal, claiming he was simply showing respect for Russian land. Meanwhile, Russian women have started marrying Indian migrants en masse, and in Belarus they have introduced potato-based sanitary pads. Hello everyone, my name is Eva Nikolashvili and this is the program In Trend. Like, subscribe, and let's get started. Putin's children are being taught by Western teachers and Russian taxpayers are footing the bill. We're talking about astronomical sums of money. According to the media, one of the teachers, Irene, received her teaching diploma in the federal state of North Rhine-Westphalia. She was born in Western Siberia, but her parents immediately moved with her to Germany. In 2017, the woman taught German for several months at a secondary school in a Siberian village. Later, in 2021, Irene began working as a translator at a private educational institution in St. Petersburg. The second teacher of the Russian dictator's children is Sofia, a 30-year-old native of Bosnia and Herzegovina. She lived and studied in Austria for a long time. Since 2017, she has been living in Russia and is officially listed as an employee of a charitable organization connected to Kabayeva. According to the journalist, in 2023, Kabayeva's cousins repeatedly booked for Iran airline tickets between Moscow, St. Petersburg, and Sochi. At the same time, in a number of cases, she flew on the same flights as Sofia. The incomes of the instructors are also of interest. Officially, both women work as translators at a company owned by businessman and Putin's friend Gennady Timchenko. Just in November 2025, each of them received, attention, almost 3 million rubles. It is also known that Iran owns an apartment in Moscow with an area of 117 square meters, valued at about 1.6 million euros. A Russian trace in the strikes on Cyprus. The day before, Iran attacked a British airbase with a drone. There was no serious damage, but the drone itself turned out to be very interesting for research. A Russian-made cometa antenna was discovered in the Iranian Shahed drone. As explained by the advisor to the Ukrainian Minister of Defense, Electronic Warfare and Communication Systems Specialist Serhiy Flash Beskresnov, such a finding indicates that cooperation with Iran on the exchange of components for Shaheds is mutual. It can also be concluded that the Shaheds flying over Ukrainian cities are more powerful. Iran uses simple 4-element antennas for attacks, which means that electronic warfare in the Middle East is weak, writes Flash. According to him, in Ukraine, there have long been fewer than 8 elements and nothing Russian is flying anymore. By the way, speaking of the war in the Middle East, Russia has come out with a new reaction. There will be no aid to Iran, of course. But the Kremlin promises that Putin has made every effort to ease tensions around Iran. Peskov assures us of this, and that's a quote. Listen for yourselves.
Putin is making every effort to help ease tensions in the Middle East.
For example, he won't interfere and won't quarrel with the US just so that tensions don't suddenly escalate. Lavrov officially stated that Russia will not impose sanctions against the United States for the attack on Iran. Because as the main horse of all Russia assures us, that's not their method. Let me just remind you of Lavrov's statement to an Iranian journalist 2 months ago. Back then, he was singing a completely different tune, assuring that Russia and Iran are together forever. If there is yet another war against Iran, will Russia stand with Iran or not?
As I have previously stated on multiple occasions, we have a comprehensive strategic partnership agreement with Iran, and we will always provide our unwavering support to the nation of Iran.
Always, but not today and not tomorrow. We have a schedule, everything is planned out, better yet, never. Russia abandons not only its allies, but also its own citizens. Well, that's the motto of the Russian authorities. Russians who got stranded in the United Arab Emirates have experienced this to the fullest. Thank you. Stranded Russian citizens complain that the Russian consulate simply doesn't answer their calls.
No one picks up the phone at the consulate general in Dubai. 2 days. Still silence. Since I flew here on my own without a travel agency, I don't even know how to report myself.
This is not an isolated case. Another Russian woman said that she wrote to the consulate, but no one ever got back to her. In tourist chats, people complain that the consulate's phones are often busy and the diplomatic staff are telling Russians to handle things on their own, to deal with housing issues, or for example, they suggest going to a neighboring country on your own. Oman, so you can fly home to your swamp from there. But some Russians who did manage to return to Russia found a reason to be proud. Thanks to Putin and the war he started, Russian tourists weren't afraid of drones. They say it's just like at home. Not scary at all. And
How long did you have to wait? How long did the flight itself take? Did you have to turn around at any point?
we went through India plus 2.5 hours.
It was farther.
How was the food and your stay?
In Abu Dhabi, they gave us vouchers for 1,000 dirhams per adult for duty-free and for food. Well, the service was excellent. All those guys did everything at a high level. Basically, we received text messages from the consulate, from the Russian side. All the contacts, MTS, free calls. Overall, it was fine. The flight took a bit longer, but we're home now. We're home. In a completely different setting occurring simultaneously, while these specific developments were taking place in one area, things were also beginning to change steadily and quite noticeably in a far-off location where a new set of circumstances was just starting to emerge.
The FSB guys have released a new movie. The Russian security services told a heartbreaking story about how a Ukrainian handler blew up an agent who was preparing a terrorist attack in Yekaterinburg. So the story goes like this. The FSB guys, absolutely incredible, prevented a terrorist attack against one of the leaders of a defense industry enterprise in the Sverdlovsk region. The terrorist attack was being prepared by a Russian citizen. The Ukrainian handler sent him a fake passport, which he used to rent an apartment, and also provided the coordinates of a cache with an explosive device. And so the security forces went to detain the agent. But the Ukrainian handler turned out to be quicker. He remotely blew up the perpetrator. And everything would have been fine, but once again, the FSB guys couldn't avoid making blunders. At the end, they showed a completely intact backpack which miraculously was not damaged at all in the explosion that killed the perpetrator. And yet that's exactly where all the explosives were kept, and the explosion itself too. For some reason, they decided not to show it. What do you think? Was it staged or am I just nitpicking? Go ahead and share your thoughts in the comments. I know people from different countries are watching us. Also, let us know in the comments where you're from and whether people in your country support the Ukrainians' fight against the empire of evil. And don't forget to like this video and be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
Every voice matters. Join our community, support independent journalism and help us bring you the truth from Ukraine. Become a member of Ukraine Today. Join us now.
And now here's a very instructive story for Ukrainian Zidans. In 2021, there was a scandal. A girl standing on Khreshchatyk in Kiev chose Russia. Let me remind you.
America. Russia. Russia or Ukraine? Russia. Russia or Belarus?
Even before the full-scale war, she made the right choice and left for her beloved swamps. And now, 4 years later, Mother Russia has paid her back in full. And Zadunika turned out to be incredibly happy that she chose the Russian Federation. You just have to see this.
And which city exactly were you staying in at that time? I was in Kyiv. Turn off your phone, let's get in the car. Otherwise, you'll be handcuffed right now. Turn off your phone. I'll call my lawyer first. Put your phone away. What are you doing?
Why? Wait, why? For
My identity to check it.
what do you mean? But she already provided her passport. What are you doing? Stop it. Oh, how did that happen? Are they really oppressing you? No way, that can't be. A setup, that's all.
We would like to extend a very warm and sincere welcome to you as you arrive here in the vast and historic country of Russia.
Shaman, he just can't stop. Remember, a couple of weeks ago, Putin's singer recorded a video of himself licking Lake Baikal. If you don't remember, I'll remind you.
Well, my dear ones, let's try the purest lake in the world, Baikal, and see how it tastes. And it's tasty.
Even that cringeworthy video wasn't enough. Now Shaman has started justifying his actions on television. Or rather, he actually doesn't understand why people are hating on him. He says he was showing respect and just wanted to taste the purest lake.
I actually have a counter question for those people who are writing, what is this? Did I break even a single law? Of the laws of the Russian Federation? The answer is immediately no. Maybe those people who see something bad in this, maybe they've watched some other inappropriate videos. I've got some questions for them. Some people write that this is desecration. But here is our great Russian land, sacred. And by the logic of these same people, does it mean that if they walk on this land in their boots, in shoes, they are also desecrating it? Or is that something completely different? And all I did was simply touch it and taste it. The cleanest lake in the world. And by the way, in doing so, I literally caused within a couple of hours interest in Baikal to rise by 12%, and I think it's already even more now.
A new trend in Russia. While Russian men are dying at war, Russian women have started marrying Indians en masse. The internet is simply flooded with videos from registry offices, and this love knows no age limits. Even pensioners can't pass by an Indian migrant. And you might think it's all about citizenship, but not necessarily, because registering a marriage does not guarantee quick acquisition of Russian citizenship. Spouses will have to live together for at least 5 years. So what's causing this boom? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments. Then finally, a Belarusian innovation, potato pads. This is not a joke. The protective layer of this hygiene product is made from corn and potato starch. At least it's immediately clear what the national product of Belarus is.
Sorry, the protective layer is made from corn and potatoes. Every Belarusian is obliged to use pads with a protective layer made from corn and potatoes. And I'm revealing this for you. Let's take a look. Really, here it is. It's not plastic.
Chips.
No, it doesn't smell like chips.
Eat, consume your own. Don't go for foreign stuff. Imported goods.
Well, these are our own products. Guys, well done. I haven't seen this before. I hope this is sold in all stores or will be sold in all stores, because we are all responsible for keeping things clean. This is the duty of every Belarusian for the years 2026 to 2027. And what's more, it's the year of the Belarusian woman, so excuse me, every woman should have biodegradable pads. Guys, make not only disposable ones, please also make pads that are reusable. Make them permanent and we will all be super happy.